Followers of Jesus Christ have been persecuted since the first churches were founded in the Middle East and Eastern Mediterranean in the first century. In his second letter to the church at Corinth, the Apostle Paul wrote, "In afflictions, hardships, calamities, beatings, imprisonments, tumults, labors, watching, hunger, we commend ourselves in every way through great endurance, by purity, knowledge, forbearance, kindness, the Holy Spirit, genuine love, truthful speech, and the power of God." Christians in the Middle East and Africa are still persecuted today. Driven out of their homes on the Nineveh Plain by ISIS, from Syria by the Neo-Ottoman and Russian invasion, and massacred in Nigeria by Boko Haram and Fulani jihadists. Yet America and Europe seem powerless to stop this genocidal persecution. ISIS no longer controls a Middle Eastern caliphate, but it has now moved to West Africa. We appease the criminal dictators who rule Russia, China, North Korea, Turkey, and Saudi Arabia. We sell the Saudis and Emiratis the laser-guided bombs they use to commit war crimes in Yemen. We deny that we are complicit in these war crimes, but we have aided and abetted them. I've heard such denials before. In 1989, I lived in Rwanda. Rwandan ID cards included each person's ethnic group. I realized these cards could be used for genocide. One night, I had dinner with the president of the Supreme Court, Joseph Kabaruganda, and I asked if that court couldn't outlaw such ethnic identification on ID cards. He told me, unfortunately, his Supreme Court had no judicial review. He told me I would have to appeal to the Rwandan president directly. So I got a meeting with Juvenal Habyarimana, the president, and I urged him to eliminate the ethnic identification on the ID cards. But when I did that, he froze up. He made no reply. I realized that I was talking to the wrong person. In fact, he was in favor of genocidal massacres and had participated in them himself. But I told him as I left the meeting that if he didn't take preventive steps, Rwanda would have a genocide within 5 years. In January 1994, when the commander of UN forces in Rwanda had proof that genocide against Tutsis was being planned and 500,000 machetes had arrived, he told our ambassador and the UN's Kofi Annan. He sought permission to confiscate the weapons, which violated a UN arms embargo. They denied him permission. And the US ambassador thought that the threat was civil war, not genocide, not recognizing that most genocides occurred during civil or international wars. When the genocide started in Rwanda in April 1994, and 1,000 people were slaughtered each day, we abandoned Rwanda. Even though we had thousands of Marines just off the coast of East Africa, President Clinton refused to risk a single American life. And the Peacekeeping Corps Group, which included Susan Rice, ordered our UN ambassador to demand removal of even the 2,500 UN peacekeepers in Rwanda. So 800,000 Rwandans died. State Department lawyers, including Joan Donahue, denied for 3 months that it was genocide. Joan Donahue is now a judge on the International Court of Justice that is hearing the case against Myanmar. Will we similarly deny the genocide of Christians already underway in Nigeria. The U.S. ambassador to Nigeria denies this is genocide. She says it is just, quote, traditional conflict between farmers and herders. And so do most of the mainline human rights organizations. If this is not genocide, why do the Fulani jihadists destroy only Christian villages and kill only Christians and leave the Muslim villages alone and kill no Muslims? Why does the Fulani president of Nigeria do nothing to stop this genocide? I hope that we will take a much more active role in preventing genocide around the world. We should base U.S. foreign policy on protection of human rights. That doesn't mean we have to be the policeman of the world, but it does mean that we must act to support forces that will prevent and stop genocide. We should guide our policy by the teachings of Jesus Christ, who taught us the foundation of human rights, the dignity of every human person. As Paul wrote in that same letter to Corinth, we are ambassadors for Christ.